Wait. I'll tell you start and then you start, okay? Alright, start.
Hi everyone, I'm Billy and I'm here to talk about my meaningful object. Here are two CD albums, and one is the Smashing Pumpkins' third album, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness. And the leader of this band once said Melancholy was an intentional misspelling, but I don't know why he did so. And the Smashing Pumpkins is my favorite band, but I didn't have enough money to buy this album when I was a high school student in 1995. At that time, this wasn't released as a licensed album, but only as an imported item, so it was very expensive. Anyway, I read this album from my friend who was very rich and liked the music very much. So I copied this into my cassette tape, but I couldn't have the lyric book of this album. So I wrote it with a pencil on my note. But that took me a week to write down all the lyric book on my notes, and that was about 30 pages. And when I heard this album for the first time, I couldn't move at all because of deep impression and strong stimulus on my brain. And finally, I bought this album when I was 20, and this is still my #1 album. And once I played one song of this album in the band with Chris, and that was very funny. And the next album is here. This is Japanese band Judy and Mary's second album, Orange Sunshine. And Judy and Mary is also one of my favorite bands. I have listened to them from my high school days. And it was interesting that the leader of this band once said, Judy means positive and Mary means negative in Western culture. But I still don't know this, whether it's true or not. And there was no way to get this album in Korea at that time. So one day I requested my friend's sister, who was going to travel Japan, to buy this album for me. And when I got this CD on my hand, I felt I was in ninth heaven. And nowadays, these albums can be easily found on the internet as MP3 files, but they reminded me of my teenage days, my passion of that time, so they are very meaningful to me. Thank you.
Alright, and its time was 3 minutes.